Hey everyone, this is Holly with the Petty Harbour Mini Aquarium, back again for another Tide Pool Tuesday video. I am down at the beach, of course, right now, about to do a tide pool walk, and it is quite calm. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of waves. I'm not really close to the water right now because I'm my back turned and I'm not paying attention to the water. So when you're down at the beach, make sure you're always safe and paying attention when you're near the water. It is quite warm, and it has been really warm actually the past few days. So hopefully that means that we'll see things. Usually when the temperatures are higher, things are a little bit more active. But it does happen to be a neap tide today. And a neap tide is the opposite of a spring tide. We've mentioned spring tides here before on this series, which is when the low tide is at its lowest, so the lowest low tide there is, and a neap tide is the opposite, so it's the highest low tide there is. So the water level isn't that low, but we'll see what we can see. So first off, I've stumbled across this sea urchin that is unfortunately no longer with us. You can see the spines that are left over, as well as the skin or the epidermis, which covers the test or the internal skeleton of the sea urchin. This right here is what the internal skeleton would look like without any of those spines on there. And also right in the middle you can see 5 teeth. These 5 teeth are part of a system known as Aristotle's lantern. And so if I tip it up to the side here, you can see that system, that structure inside. And this is what is used to, of course, take in the food. And it's designed in a way that whenever the sea urchin is taking a bite of something, the teeth will actually self-sharpen. It's a really, really cool adaptation that these sea urchins have. Also, just walking along, I found this crab shell. This is a rock crab. And I thought it was pretty cool because it's still quite intact. You can see the claws, those big strong claws, are still attached to the main body of the crab, although you can see a few of the legs scattered there behind. And I do suspect that this guy was a seagull snack, and so these little bits of shell are all that's left of this rock crab. So right here in this little tide pool crevice, we have what seems to be an egg mass of some sort. All the little white dots that you're seeing attached to the rock, these are all little eggs. And just from looking at this right now, I'm not quite sure what species this could be. If you know, definitely let us know in the comments what species may have laid these eggs. A lot of different species will lay their eggs in egg masses such as this one right here. They'll usually tuck them into smaller, more protected spaces, areas that are hidden from predators and waves and all the elements. And these eggs will just sit here, they'll develop, and they'll probably hatch a little bit later in the season. If you look closely, there are some small fish in this pool. Oh, there's one. These are stickleback, and they get their name from these spines that they have on them. And this one appears to be a female because there are a few that have red bellies, and the males are the ones that get red bellies during the breeding season. This one is a male. He does have a red belly, but it's kind of hard to see, and it looks like he's trying to hide right now underneath this rock. Let's just see if he's gonna come out from under the rock. I can still see him there. Oh, and there he goes. Just before we go, let's do a little checking in on our gamrid friends, or amphipods, beach hoppers, whatever you want to call them. We do have a lot, and I'm not sure if you can tell. It's kind of harder to see over here, but there are a lot more than there was last time. They're really active, and if I bring you up to this rock, just up here, it's a little hard to see, but they have been reproducing as well. So right here on this rock, we have a bunch of little baby gamrids. So let's just zoom up a little bit on this rock. All of these small gamrids, these juvenile gamrids, they do look like a small version of the adults, and they're not quite as active, so they're probably going to stay here, develop a bit more, and stay safe on this rock, and then zip around with all the other adults later. That is just about it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, because of course we do post this on our website and other social media. But if you're here on YouTube, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. We love your support. Also, a big shout out to Sam for helping me with this week's video. Thank you so much, Sam. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye, guys.